trading bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my
Hopes and fears.
Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the
Oh,
newsletter,
let's see.
let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading
plugged
bell.
in.
My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
Thumbs up.
Daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less.
Hold on. Alex, I'll answer your question in a second.
Daily stock pick
Trading podcast in my ears.
guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking
Paste.
risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less.
Morning, Chase.
Morning I wake up to the sound
Okay.
of the
Do,
trading
do,
bell.
do,
My heart
do,
starts
do,
to
do,
pound.
do.
Daily stock
Wait until I get on, but I'll tell you.
in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the
Okay.
newsletter, let us help you
Um,
grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick.
okay. I think that Larry, by the way, MK said, tell Larry I said hi. Morning, Brandy. Okay, so I'm not saying that this thing knew, that the algorithm knew that ALUR was going to be a good buy today, but yesterday it got you in, no, 2 days ago, at $3.10. The stock's trading at $15 today. And Alex, let me know what you mean about, so RSI is down here. RSI is down there. MACD's up here. The chart's up here. This is the strategy tester. So you have to be in the strategy tester and then choose the 4-hour algorithm if you want to see it. I've got a couple of other strategies in there and stuff like that. But essentially, you're in the strategy tester here with the cool stuff. I think that's what you're talking about. But if you want to add anything, it's all up here. I mean, this is what's crazy is, look on the left-hand side. You want an RSI? I can type in RSI. There are about 30 RSIs here. So, I mean, it's different stuff. Connor's RSI, RSI Ensemble by Trendspider. And then not only do you have that, then you go to, let's see, Trendspider. We'll go to Twitter because they have them listed on their Twitter. Go and look up Trendspider. There we go. And they have built a bunch of custom indicators like the seasonal RSI. And I don't know where you get. I looked for the Trendspider store. Let me see. Custom indicator. Custom indicators. That might be where it's at. Here's some of them. Spot Gamma, Institutional SPY, MACD and RSI Momentum, Volume Flow, Go No-Go Trend. This one's a paid one. That one's a paid one. That one's free. But there's a ton of them here. It paints intraday low on the chart. Smooth Heiken-Ashi oscillator. ATR. I mean, momentum with moving average. So, let's see. Indicators. And is there RSI? There is RSI. There's Dorsey and there's Mansfield. But if you go over here, and they've put a bunch of these up on their Twitter. The custom indicators plots Nancy Pelosi buys and charts them, so you can import that one. There is, let's see, composite. You can do composite stuff. I need to organize everything. I don't have any of this stuff, but I know Eli. I think in the paid one, if you're in the paid chat in on newsletter, if you're in this chat, go and look at the chat. And if you're not a paid chat, just message me and I'll do it. Screenshot of RSI. Yeah. This is the custom RSI that Eli loves. Eli loves this one. I mean, he was just raving about that one. So, yeah. And if you want, I mean, here on the, let's go to the newsletter. And then I think in the education section, if you just scroll down to the bottom, confirmation, MACD, button hooks, algorithms. I don't think that's, I think if you go to paid, let's go to paid and go to the bottom, because I think on the paid, and there's a lot of paid, sorry, but even in the paid, I think there's a way to search on Substack. I basically tell you what my Trendspider setup. I include this in the welcome letter that I give folks. My Trendspider setup and all the moving averages that I use, why I use them, what they are, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. So, Twilio is an alpha pick. So, you know. Yeah. I did not find ALUR. I will tell you how I found ALUR is, and it was just this morning. I was kind of just perusing on what I was trying to do in bed was use the stock screener, and find the top moving stocks. I forget what I was doing. Was it all stocks? I don't even know if it was here on Seeking Alpha. It might have been this article source. I mean, this was at 6:07 p.m. last night. I'm not even logged in here. And ALUR went up. And I just saw, it might have been on FinViz where I saw pre-market movers. I just found it. Honest to God, Leslie, I just found it. And essentially, I was sitting there. It's funny because I was sitting there with my girlfriend this morning and I said, I just read about this. It's a balloon. So essentially, it's a pill that you take and it's a balloon. And the stock was trading at like $6. And I said, you know, if I had money in my Webull account, I'd buy it right here. I'd just buy it because it, you know, all they're doing is a study. So it's going to get some pump. And I said, I just have no money in my Webull account. And I didn't want to go into Fidelity and buy it. I just didn't want to, you know, risk my Fidelity account. There is a psychological reason why I have a Webull account, and it's betting. And this is nothing more than betting. But you can find stuff like that, you know, just kind of look for it. But it's not something that I was actively searching for. I think I just read a news story or saw something like that. It was a very simple kind of thing. So what ALUR is Allurion. They have a pill, and they're going to do a study because the pill, essentially it's a balloon. And it goes into your stomach and it fills up your stomach. So it's kind of like gastro bypass surgery where they shrink your stomach. But this just sits in there and then the pill actually passes. We won't be, you know, immature. We're going to say passes. We won't say, you know, you poop it out, but and then with giggles. But you poop it out. After like 16 days or something, it kind of comes out. And you're under a doctor's care when they insert it and blah, blah, blah. But they're going to do a study with that with GLP-1. All they needed to do was mention GLP-1 and the fucker just took off. So it just took off. So yeah, and just so you know, I Googled the way I researched this, and this is what you do. I mean, when you look at this stuff, you basically, and this was my process. And it worked out. But if you're trading in the morning, and again, if you're a trader, this is what you do. You basically find something in a hot sector like AI or GLP-1. And if somebody says something, this article came out at 6:07 last night. Okay, 6:07. Let's go look at the 5-minute after-hour candles, because if you look at it at 6 o'clock last night, what's that? That's 1400. That's 8 o'clock. It didn't move. I mean, it was up at 6. This is after like a 20% move yesterday. But after hours, it just bumped up. And in my mind, you just wake up and you do it. And you've had confirmation all the way. And you still have an upward trajectory. Is it stretched? Absolutely, it's stretched. Absolutely. I mean, this is a super small cap. This is 9.59 million market cap, and it has traded 31 million shares. So it's not like this one's going to last forever. But all they had to do was mention weight loss. And that's it. So I just thought it was interesting. Because if I was trading, that's the kind of stuff that I would be trading. I mean, you know, in my day, I'd take, you know, my buddy, Steve, when we were developing the algorithm, we'd sit there during COVID in the morning and he'd go, I'll put in $1,000. If you put in $1,000, I'm like, $1,000, let's put in 5. And then I'd be like, what the hell? I'll put in 20. And then all of a sudden, you know, from $7, all of a sudden you got 40 grand. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking out my 20. I don't care if it goes up to 30. I made 100%. I'm out. So, and you can see, I mean, just at 7 o'clock when it started really ripping, that's why when I do the podcast, I can't make enough money. I mean, I make far less money doing the podcast than trading because you can find shit like this every freaking day. Is it stressful? Yes. But if you have enough risk tolerance and if you have the tools to be able to do it, it's not, you know, again, you can use the 65-minute on this one. I think all of them had you in. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they both got you in at $3. Doesn't mean I would ever buy this one to hold it. I mean, this is 100% a technical strat. I mean, let's look at my stock battle 1 hour chart on this one, and we'll turn on after hours for it. You know what? Where's the settings? Let's turn on that. There's the after hours. Yeah, it got you in. It hasn't even got you in yet, which is crazy, but interesting. I don't think I can. Let me see. Can I? Did they update this? Hold on. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. Let's look at the 4 hour. And then I used to only be able to use bars. This is what's crazy. So look at this. I mean, if you just go to Apple, and this is what's funny. This was the story where I thought I found the golden goose. So the 4 hour algorithm doesn't have you in on Apple just yet. It will get you in there in a couple of days or so. But it's 43%. The performance right there is the key when you look on Trendspider. The algorithm over 24 months makes you 27 positions. It makes you 43%, which is still fine. You know, buy and hold makes you 67%. If you change this from bars to Heiken Ashy and you apply, look at the difference. It goes from 48% to 112%. And no matter what we did, Heiken Ashy candles were the golden goose. And we just couldn't get it to work. I actually like the candles better. You get the wicks. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to be right back. Hit the thumbs up button while I'm gone. Wah wah. But yeah, Leslie, it's not a scan that I found it on or anything like that. But again, Trendspider's so freaking cool. I mean, it just really is. It's such a cool tool to use. So Alex, did I answer your question, Alex? Did I get you everything that you needed? I want to make sure. I got to do some scans here. But let me know if I answered that question. If not, I can find the answer for you. Eli Lilly. Scans. Eli Lilly with an entry. And good morning, Jacob. Let's see. Nothing brokerage. Let's go to top stocks, maybe. See if something in this. 34 people and 16 thumbs up. Only one person hit the thumbs up since I had tea this morning, so I know I'm gonna be up and down. Let's see. Twilio gets an entry in the 4 hour. Let me go and look at. Hold on, I gotta get back here. I don't think you need to do the paid newsletter, Alex, unless you want to. I'm not that douchey where I won't get it for you unless, you pay for it. Nah, it's not what this one's about. If you ever need something, whether you pay or not, I'll get it for you. It's just a matter. I don't have the seasonal RSI that Eli loves. I don't have it on my screen. I have a very basic setup in Trendspider. I have, just to let you know, it's a moving averages, 200's the blue, 50's the, 200's the red, 50's the blue. Hey, Brandon hasn't been, Brittany bitch. You got to log in with the Brittany account at some point in time again. 21 day is the yellow, and 9 days that. I've got Bollinger Bands. I've got Gap Snake is what I have. I have RSI and I have MACD. And they're all super standard. And then I have the volume slider over here, and I do show volume up there. So, and I switch between candles and bars. Yeah. I have a pretty simple setup. And I did go over with Eli on the, we had a nice little chat that I posted on, the newsletter. But the chat was essentially, when you're working on something, you have got to use your additional workspaces. Because I have screwed this screen up so many times where I've had to sit there for a half hour and figure out what I did. And this is just my go-to. It's super simple, super clean, it's just, this is like second nature to me. So, I wanted to see the 4 hour. Hold on. I wanted to see the 4 hour on Twilio. Let's see. Yeah, it's had you in since 112, but it's up at 135. So I'm glad it had you in. I mean, this is one that, you look at it, bit stretched. I mean, conservatively speaking, a bit stretched, but we're now over the 200 day. Yeah, Brandon, I think I in the chat with Eli, I kind of mentioned you that I said Brandon sends me these freaking charts and I can't see them. I can't. I mean, for anybody who's wanting to learn technicals and things like that, you do that. I mean, I think it's just second nature that you start just adding and adding and adding and adding. And you're like, oh my God, this gives me so much more information. And then you get to a point where you're like, it's too much information. And you kind of just scale it back. And I was in that situation. Bitcoin gets a cross up, which is interesting. We did the core. Let's do energy names. I need to revamp the energy want list because I need to include a bunch more stuff. Okay, good. We got 6 more people hitting thumbs up. Hey, Troy. Good morning. I hope everyone has a good weekend too. Energy, nothing in energy. Let's see, leveraged. Yeah, analysis. Exactly. And I always tell people, I mean, I know I'm a affiliate for the tools, and I pump the tools, and I honestly, to me, I don't think I sell them hard enough because I was a guy who never paid for tools until 2020. I think I started really paying for Trendspider. And then I started paying for Seeking Alpha because I just couldn't stand FinViz as I was trading on a daily basis. Because remember, I retired. I was trading, but I wasn't sitting at 6 a.m. looking at charts. I would do swing trading while I had a job. But I started paying in 2020, and it upped my game. I will tell you, I retired at a certain net worth, and I have more than doubled, significantly more than doubled that net worth in 5 years while living. while not really having a job that really supported me. I mean, listen, I am grateful. The podcast last year made me $127,000. Just full stop. Unbelievable year. If it continues on, fantastic. I'm perfectly happy. But I would be making a lot more money trading. It specifically, I mean, it's a bull. Like I say, it's a bull market until it's not. And I've made tons of mistakes in holding things and just not being aware. And it's the peak time of when I do the podcast. And this is a lot of work. I mean, make no mistake. $120,000, you'd be doing pretty good on making that much money. But it was 6 days a week last year, and easily 50 to 60 hours. Easily. Eli Lilly booking holdings. Okay, we got everything. So let's say run. Yeah. I mean, seriously, even pop-up blockers don't block it sometimes. I mean, let's look at the top gainers. I don't think they give you. You know what? I'm going to go over to this one. Oh, I got to open up. I don't think I put it on. No, I'm going to bookmark it over here because this is one of my favorite sites, pre-market movers. And then we're going to quit that. And I'm going to put this, boom, and we're going to bookmark this one. We're going to put it down there. And we're going to move it over here. Pre-market movers, there we go. And you can see ALUR on. If you ever want this site, I mean, this is where I used to find pre-market movers. Yeah, Alex. I mean, I've run the podcast, but I posted this on Twitter. Let me see. This on Twitter yesterday, and I honestly believe this. I honestly believe this one. Real wealth isn't yachts, fancy jets, Lamborghinis. Real wealth is taking a walk on Thursday at 2 p.m., gym at 10 a.m. on a Monday, having lunch with your kids. I mean, I don't have kids, but the ability to do that is what's wealthy. And so, the ability to do the podcast is what's wealthy. So I consider myself wealthy. I don't consider myself, I don't know, rich. It is what it is. But I'm fine. EVAX is up 108%. Starbucks Holdings. I mean, biopharma typically does this, and small caps typically do this. And you can find runners. Let's see. EVAX. Let's look up EVAX. And there's no way you're buying into the 4-hour algorithm on anything. It got you in at 362 and you're trading at 752. No way you're looking at this kind of stuff. The algorithm just has a way of getting you in before it makes that move. So, I got Penny and Daisy. By the way, thank you, Brandon. Your gift card went to a mani-pedi for the girls, and they were in hell. But I appreciate you. And they say thank you. Goldman Sachs is down 1%. All right, Apple got a boost, I think, in Seeking Alpha. Apple keeps buy rating at Bank of America, earnings resiliency despite weak. I think it's good that you're going into earnings at 220s instead of 250s. So, my take on Apple. Let's see. Let's start opening up some. These will be part of the paid newsletter, just so you know. I will be doing the second part of the podcast for the paid subscribers. And FYI, I am not shorting because you've got plenty of free content. Just remember that I want the paid members to get value. And so I provide a little bit extra for them. So all of this is part of the paid portion. And then we'll get to the free portion, which includes Clover Health from Brian, Clover Health, and Verizon. You know what? I'm not going to take these earnings previews because Verizon already reported. So I'm going to take that out. We got Josh Brown top stocks. We've got Super Micro receives buy rating. Is it Dell or whatever? Pelosi set this one off. And guess who bought a ton of TEM? Kathy Wood. We got the executive order on Bitcoin. Didn't exactly do what we thought it would do, but this is a great summary of what that was. I also would like everybody to watch this particular clip of Mark Zuckerberg and one of his programmers from Facebook. I thought it was incredibly inspiring about Meta and what you can do. It's also time for our, Bob section. I mean, Bob is Bob. I mean, we can look at that one because I think there were a couple of people who asked, I didn't know that Seeking Alpha has a video hub. I didn't know that. And I geeked out on it. We're going to go over the Twilio stuff because it's an alpha pick. Go and vote on my Twitter. Right now I've got 20% of the vote, which pisses me off because I'm the one that did a strategy on yesterday's stock battle. And so this is also James Ford. He did an article on Mara Holdings. Follow James Ford. I don't know why I'm not following him. I'm going to follow him. But he did the stock battle yesterday, and let's just open up. We're going to put this at the beginning. There we go. Because this stock battle, I thought it went pretty well. I don't know. I changed your life. Brandon, you changed your life. I didn't change your life. You just found some douche on the internet who gave you some ideas. And that's what everybody has to realize. And I appreciate everybody who supports me, everybody who listens, everybody who does anything for me. And like Brandon says, I changed his life. No, you stumbled upon something. You got information. You were the one who showed up. You were the one who actually did this stuff. So kudos to you. I mean, honest to God, I'm the not even the vessel. I mean, I'm just, I gave you a way to look at things in a different sense. So if I'm a mentor, I think that's a better way of looking at it. But yeah, I completely think, richness is valued in different ways. And I need to start doing more FIRE stuff, the financial independence, retire early, because I think that's what most people tune in for. And it's the dream, is to be able to take that walk at 2 p.m. on a Monday, to be able to go to the gym on Thursday at 11 o'clock, or to do what I did yesterday, which was get off this podcast at 11 o'clock, to get off at 11 o'clock and then just go watch Hard Knocks, before this weekend. So why do I have to pee again? Ugh. Morning, Mark. Morning. But yeah. Exactly, Alex. My goal is not to be somebody who you make money following. It's to give you the tools to make the decisions for yourself, because I don't want to be the guy that loses. I'm fine. Like the 10% in Apple. I mean, what are we? Let's see. Apple is down for the year. I've got thousands and thousands of shares of Apple, and it's down almost 11%. Okay, 11%. And I've got thousands and thousands of shares. So, yeah. It's a lot of freaking money. So, is that pound? I don't even have, full disclosure, I don't have a gym membership. I don't have a gym at home. I do yoga. I'm a fat bastard because I bought my girlfriend a bread machine for Christmas. Top quant stock. Wells Fargo is such a good one. Small cap. EAT is the top one. Interesting. Trending and most active. And Copen is up 26%. Not in pre-market. That was yesterday. Look in pre-market. It's down 5%. Let's see. Chart looked funky yesterday. Never really took off from where somebody asked me about it yesterday morning. Okay. I'm going to put on some soft, sweet music for you, and I will be right back.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up.
Okay. This is funny. Girlfriend just whispered from upstairs. She goes, "Are you going to talk about Bob?" And Bob is a competitive eater that her and I watch on YouTube. I should bring him up, but nah. We'll go to the videotape. If you want, just Google Bob professional eater. What he ate a full 4-foot pizza the other day in 5 minutes. I mean, and then he goes and does a hamburger challenge right afterwards. I don't understand how that happens, but remember, hit the thumbs up button. Okay, here we go into this. I'm going to hit record. So I'm going to ignore your comments for a little bit. Batty rap boy. Yeah. I love, by the way, the, I got to turn on my do not disturb. What did I just get an alert about? James Ford. Thank you for following me. Okay. I'm going to hit record. Good morning. It is Friday, January 24th. I had a stock battle yesterday. I'm going to start doing this. And I invite, if you want to be part of the stock battle, the next one, message me. Okay. Stock battle. Myself, James Ford, and Nader. Nader, who is my affiliate rep for Trendspider. We had a stock battle yesterday, 45 minutes. The rules were very simple. One stock for the next 2 weeks. And you can write a strategy in Trendspider. I did a strategy. I shared out the strategy. Just so you're aware, I picked MicroStrategy, and I built a strategy in Trendspider for it. 1 hour strategy based on the MACD. We're not in yet. So far in pre-market, let's see, MicroStrategy is up 1.14%. I will tell you, probably will get you in today. In the candles today, it will probably get you in. Am I buying this one? It backtests pretty well. If you see down below the performance chart, 34% versus 3%. And what I showed on the screen was even better. If you go double leveraged MicroStrategy, it gives you over the last, and this is 66 days. So this is 2 months. You've made 61% versus losing 47% in this particular one. You can see it just got you out of a 16% gain right there. This was a 1% loss somewhere in that neighborhood where it got you in at 58.21. You got all the way up to 63. So before you lost it, you could have gotten it. But it's just a strategy that I put on a bot, and at the end of the time, we're going to look at the actual results. But if you want the strategy, it's in here. Hold on one second. I got to pause this. But it's in here. You can import it. Stock battle 1 hour strategy. So if you have Trendspider, you can import that strategy into your system. Okay? And you can go follow James right here. He wrote an article on Seeking Alpha about Marathon Holdings. You can go read it. I would urge you, if you have Seeking Alpha, do your boy a solid here. There's one favor that I'm going to ask for you today. Go and comment on one of James's articles. Okay, just go and comment. I think he wrote about the Japan trade. Let's see, analysis. Yeah, will the Bank of Japan hurt markets again? That was at 10 o'clock last night. Didn't seem to hurt stuff, but I don't exactly know where we are. Dow futures are down a little bit. S&P up a little bit. NASDAQ is up a little bit. So go and comment on one of his articles, though. He did a great job yesterday. I honestly, James and I have been commenting on each other since he interviewed me a couple of years ago for his own podcast. And so after that, it just came up that we've just been talking. And so Stock Battle came up. I said, okay, there's one person that I want to do it with. And Nader there. I said Nader was on the left. Nader is on the left. That's James on the right. But go and watch the video and then go and vote. I want you to vote. It's pinned on my Twitter. Okay, just go to my Twitter and go, who won the stock battle? Okay, Gary, James, or Nader? Come on. Hook me up. I'm losing. How am I losing? And FYI, I'm going to turn this into, this is just nuts. But Nader went ahead and said, I said MicroStrategy. He changed it and said, you know what? I'm going MSTX. He's not using my strategy. He's just using buy and hold. So the only way I win is if MicroStrategy goes down. If MicroStrategy goes up, Nader's going to win. I mean, I don't care the 1 hour strategy. Nader's going to win if MicroStrategy goes up. Now, Tesla, that could be a huge one. So it should be interesting. Again, it's 2 weeks. That was the rules. Challenge one, just pick a strategy, hold for 2 weeks. And you can trade it for 2 weeks. But I thought it was a pretty good idea. Now, we're going to go over, again, that's James's article. We're going to go over a lot today. There are a few things that I want to cover. First is for the paid subscribers, I found a healthcare stock that is down 32% for over the year. It's turned positive with a gap on the weekly and the daily, turned into a strong sell in the quant to a hold, and it was trading at $72 when it did that. Today, it's trading at $87 worth earnings coming up. Wall Street says it's worth $96 with a 10% upside. I will provide that to the paid members. We're going to go over a lot today. But again, that's for the paid members, and there's a lot more. But go vote on Twitter for this one. This is just Twilio. Killed it. I mean, Twilio's up 20%. And you know what, Twilio has been a part of the Alpha Picks portfolio for quite a while. So my hope is that most of you out there have signed up for Alpha Picks. What is Alpha Picks? Alpha Picks is a data-driven portfolio from Seeking Alpha that provides you 2 articles a month, more than that, but 2 main articles on the 1st and the 15th, and you buy a stock. Twilio is one of the stocks that's in there. Okay, and it's up 20% today based on its improving outlook. Now we can go take a look at the chart of Twilio. It's quite impressive. Let me put this back to the 4-hour because this one dipped. If you go and look at a weekly on this one dipped down. It was a buy the dip operate. Now here's the thing. The 200 days moving negative. The 200 days at 132. Where's the stock trading? 136. If you can hold over this 200 day, we're heading back to these highs at 343. Okay? The valuation would be absolutely insane to get back to 343. It would. The RSI 75 right now. That's before it ran up 20%. Okay, the Bollinger Bands, they were cinched up right here for weeks in July. I think this is where Alpha Pix added it. I'm not sure exactly when, but Twilio just killed it. Twilio just killed it. And I'll tell you, I didn't know this, but Seeking Alpha, the premium portion, has a video hub. And you can see top 10 stocks for 2025, top AI stocks, top 10 stocks year-end review of 2024, the latest videos, top dividend ideas, adding trending videos to your homepage, your top AI 2025 stuff, and then top 2020 recession replays, yielding high income with dividend stocks, hedging bets in tech. All of this video, this is their video hub. Quite impressive. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with how Seeking Alpha does this. Now, you may say, well, how do I get this? Go over to the link tree. Okay, the link is down below. It's linktr.ee/daily stock pick. You've got a link. The second link right there is to premium and Alpha Picks. It's a bundle. You save $159. Okay, there are a few things in this world that I like. I love going to Seeking Alpha and just geeking out on it. When you're doom scrolling TikTok, when you're doom scrolling on YouTube, when you're doom scrolling on Twitter, those are all fun things, but you ain't learning anything. On Seeking Alpha, you can actually learn stuff. You can actually make money. That's what I love. Use, again, Alpha Picks. It has Twilio in there, and you can see Video Hub. If you get the premium version, okay, say you just want premium, you get this virtual analyst report. Look, the quant has Twilio as a strong buy. When did it move it to a strong buy? A while ago. At $62 was the first indication that it had a strong buy. Okay? You're trading at $113. In pre-market, it's $135. You've doubled your money since you got that alert. So again, Seeking Alpha, it's the way you do research. It's the way you look at this stuff, and you can get it. You can get it in the bundle, or you can get it by itself. If you want it by itself, then you get $30 off in a free 7-day trial. That is the next line on Linktree. Okay, if you want it by itself. If you want just Alpha Picks by itself, you can get Alpha Picks by itself as well. But I'd steer you towards the bundle. There are a few things that I steer you towards. It's this bundle, and it's Trendspider. Okay, and Trendspider. That's what I used in the stock battle yesterday. I didn't even use Seeking Alpha at all for that stock battle. I used Trendspider. We'll see how it turns out in 2 weeks. Maybe I'm up like 30%. Maybe I'm up 20%. Maybe I'm up 10%. 2 weeks in MicroStrategy, you needed a big mover, I thought. But get any one of these and you'll get my 4-hour algorithm. Plus, you know, you can import the 1 hour off of yesterday's stuff. So if you want that, all of that, again, those are the tools that I use personally. And I think it's important because I've been getting a lot of questions. Hey, I just got a bonus at the end of the year. What should I do? Should I put it in cash and dollar cost average my way in? This is the story of Bob. And I try and go over this at least once a quarter on this podcast. Okay? Bob is the world's worst market timer. This goes on this article was written in 2014. Okay, his plan was to save $2,000 a year during the 1970s. That was a very bad time in the market. Okay, he'd retire at the end of 2013. So $4,000 a year in the 80s, $6,000 a year in the 90s, and $8,000 a year until he retired. Bob bought at the absolute high. Okay, in every market. Every market. The market dropped 50% right after he did in 1973. Okay? You know, Bob didn't feel comfortable. He waited until 1987 after a huge bull market. He bought. Okay? But the point is, Bob still managed to retire a millionaire. Time in the market beats timing the market. He bought at the all-time high, but just kept it in even when it was down 40%. So even though you may think, you know, and I talk about this all the time, at $533, the Qs, little bit expensive. Not crazy, but a little bit expensive. If we go and look at a weekly on this, your MACD's extended at 63. I'm sorry, your MACD is up here at 14 points above the oscillator. The RSI is extended at 63. You can see that trend line that I drew, and that's from the COVID lows right there back in March of 2020. And we pulled right back. You had a great bull market in 2021, and then the legs fell out. And did you buy during this downturn? Because even if you bought during the height right here at 396, you're still doing well. So understand what's in your portfolio, how you're building your portfolio, what your goals are, and what your time frame is. If you are 63 years old right now and looking to retire, and you need to put money into retirement, you could go and do it right now. Time in the market. You have a full-time job. If you can't dollar cost average your way in, or you don't want to do it, you know, every Friday, just go and buy it. That's it. Okay? I wanted to put that one in there just because I do think that it's important. Go and read this article. It's going to be in the newsletter. Now, to inspire folks, okay? I love this clip. This clip, it's why I think Zuckerberg and Meta is such a good investment. The culture there. And Zuckerberg still believes like this. Overall, here's the story. This particular person, he was employee like 40 at Facebook or something. And Zuckerberg came to him. They were still building Facebook. I don't know what employee it was. Maybe it was 1,000. Who knows? But he was talking about how Mark came to him one day. And, you know, nobody was giving him direction about what to do at Facebook. And Mark came to him one day and said, I think you should build a search engine. And he goes, I've never built a search engine before. Mark went to him and the response was, well, nobody ever built Facebook before I built it either. The point of this is they still have a startup culture. They are still hungry. And I think Zuckerberg still holds that basic truth within him. If you can get this stock under 600, buy it. It's at 636 right now. I don't think that your time frame should be within the next 3 weeks to trade this one. We just got over this hump of 550. If we're going to see a pullback in the Qs, it should pull back here. You can see this buy right at 615. That's a trigger in the 4-hour algorithm. The MACD on a weekly has reset. It's not as high as it was when it was trading up here at $510, but don't you wish you bought it at $510? The RSI just going sideways. It's setting up for another move higher. And they have earnings next week. What's been moving the market? It's earnings. So there you go. Watch this clip as well. Read the Bob article, watch this clip. We did finally get an executive order on crypto yesterday. What did it do to Bitcoin? Pretty much nothing. Let's see. We'll go BTC USD. And then we pull up the Coinbase version. This is just Bitcoin. And you can see 109,000. We're having that resistance level at about 110,000. Okay, that's the resistance level that we have to get over. I would have thought that there would have been something in that executive order that would have pushed this over. Well, it didn't, because it's kind of a half-assed executive order. It does some good things, but it doesn't go far enough. And so the community, the Bitcoin community was like, remember, part of the order, and this is what it goes over. This is the good and the bad. And so this is a great thread to actually read if you're in Bitcoin. Am I getting out of Bitcoin? Absolutely not. Am I going to trade around in MicroStrategy and MSTX and CONL, Coinbase, double leverage? Yes. But the point is, it's prohibiting any the crypto has to be created in the U.S. And Bitcoin wasn't created in the U.S. So Bitcoin went down. It's trading right now at, let's see, $105,000. So we can look at IBIT. IBIT is down below 60. It's up almost 2% today in pre-market because we're only at 9:26 in the morning. But it got you in at 56.41. And so you're at 60. It's almost a 10% move since the algorithm got you in. Almost. We're trading sideways. When you look at the weekly on this one, we still don't have a 200-day. We just got the 50-day. Again, this is only a year old. So we only have about 52, 53 candles on this one. It's not long. IBIT. It's BlackRock. We're going to go over BlackRock later when it comes to AI because they just made some moves. Again, I like this particular thread. Read up on it if you own IBIT or if you own any crypto. If there's stuff in there that you already know, kudos to you. Kathy Woods, all in on Tempest. All in on Tempest. And you know, when she got in all in on? Yesterday, after its huge move. Okay, it was up 8% yesterday. This is TEM. And you know what started the move in TEM? We can see algorithm got you in at 35. Okay, it got you in January 17th. That's what, 7 days ago? Algorithm got you in. And you're trading at, let's see, in pre-market, you are at 54. It's a huge move. What happened? It was Pelosi. You can put this on your Trendspider chart. You can get alerts when Pelosi trades in Trendspider. They will alert you. And the Pelosi trade happened. Imagine being instantly up 60% on a trade just because the world found out you were in it. So she bought down there at 30, and she's immediately up 60% on a trade. Power. Supermicro receives buy rating on NVIDIA Blackwell ramp from Loop. I don't know that it's SMCI. I don't know that it's Dell. I don't know that it's HPQ. SMCI has a strong sell in the quant. And the reason is they still don't have an auditor. The valuation has gotten significantly better. The growth has gotten significantly better. The profitability, they still have gross profit margin problems. That's it. The momentum has sucked. The revisions suck. Am I taking a chance on SMCI? Well, Loop Capital thinks that, yeah, it's worth a chance. Let me see if they put in a price target. I don't see a price target. It might be in there, but I just don't see it. It doesn't pop out at me. Yeah, price target in a Thursday note. That to say, while we have conviction in our $40 price target, there is some possibility, given Blackwell ramp and tier 2 purchasing patterns, that getting there isn't a straight line. It might not be a straight line. So they're putting in kind of the caveat, hey, we believe it's worth 40. Right now it's trading at 33. That would be a nice big move. And I've drawn, this looks like a spaghetti chart, okay? Let me explain what I've drawn here. This was a 4-hour chart where you saw clearly resistance right there, turned into support, okay? It turned into support right there, turned into support right there. Then what happens? We broke support, okay? And it goes down. We had this nice little move. See how it broke that green line? It broke that green line. You get out. You get out when there's that trend. You just get out. That's it. You've just got to get out. And so if you go and look at a weekly on this one, we're still out. We're still out. You shouldn't be in on this one. They don't have an auditor, but that's me. Loop Capital thinks it's worth $40. Might be worth a little risk. Let's talk about this one. This is a great article. Okay, a fantastic article about just semiconductors. This is an interview with a current Micron MU high-ranking employee in detail the role of memory and AI and NVIDIA. This was a great thread, and he's got the first point there as well. I thought this was fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go over a couple of other things. Josh Brown just posted a couple of new of his top stocks, Robinhood. Robinhood is just, and he said, hey, it might be a bumpy ride, but with deregulation, with things, he just thinks that Robinhood is a good one. We can go and look at it. I don't like Robinhood. And full disclosure, I'm just biased against this one, but I have been completely wrong. Completely wrong. The only thing against this is valuation. That's it. That's it. The PEG ratio is high. But again, if they can keep up their growth, then that just doesn't matter. And they are continuing to grow. We can go and look at Wall Street says they're worth $49. You're trading at 50. Don't think that's worth it, but he does. The next one, EMR, Emerson Electric. Okay. Wall Street says it's $139. He agrees. This is robots. And he's basically said it's one word. It's robots. This is a Trump trade, not terribly extended. You can see the valuation's a little bit extended. Not crazy. The PEG ratio's 2. Doesn't like the sellers just aren't showing up is what he says. And we can take a look at the chart on this one. You see, kind of nice moves. Year to date, this one's up 6%. You know, over 1 year, you're up 36%. EMR, it's an industrial. He liked this one. Let's go over and look at EMR in the 4 hour, just so we're aware of this one. Algorithm got you in at 121. Trades pretty well. You make 47% versus 35% buy and hold. I like it. You know, I like this one. The next one that he brought up, and he did say, this is my notes, barely made the list, but it's on there because it's beaten down, not breakout, but wait until it hits the all-time highs. Did he say beaten down? Yeah. I think he wants it to pass this again. He wants it to pass this 420 point. It's trading at 413. He said basically this was a beatdown that was, you know, it's outperforming ITB by a lot. And we can go and look at Home Depot, and we'll chart it against ITB. We'll just look at Home Depot. It's a hold in the quant. Valuation is bad. Growth is bad. But that's the housing sector. And if we just select symbols, ITB is the housing ETF. I think I still own this one, to be honest with you. But we'll update the chart, and let's just look at it together. Come on. There we go. And you can see the ITB over 1 year. ITB is up 12%. Home Depot's, it just crossed it, and it's up 19% over 1 year. We can look at 3 years. Let's see if it does 3 years, how long it takes on this one. But those are the three stocks. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. We're going to go over Clover Health now. Social request before I get to the paid stuff. Clover Health. So, Brian, I'm curious your thoughts on Clover Health. He emailed me. You can email me anytime you want. I picked up 100 shares last year and have held it and watched it. I caught onto it after seeing some of the cloud-based software they are involved in and where healthcare is heading in that realm. But it was more of a lucky guess than good due diligence at the time. So let's look at Clover Health, CLOV. Full disclosure, it was a SPAC. This was a Chamath SPAC. I'm not a fan of SPACs. It has been a long enough time, and Chamath is out of it. But you can clearly see, let's see if we can pull this back a little bit. I think that's it, yeah. Clearly see that it's $10 right there for a little while. Held up there, pulled down. It's now trading at $4.63. From a chart perspective on this weekly, the MACD seems a little bit extended, but not crazy. But because you're seeing the MACD cross up on the signal line. That blue line is crossing up on the signal line. Now the RSI is extended at 71, but you've just gotten above your 200 day. Okay, your 200 days at about 3. It looks like. We're gonna pull this in. It's right at about $3.15, $3 somewhere in there. But your Bollinger Bands have just cinched up, and you're trading at the top of it, which indicates to me that you're probably going up. You're probably going up. The 50 days moving up, 200 days still moving down. Let's go over to Seeking Alpha. And because it's a long-term hold for you, we do have to look at, some of the valuations. This isn't one that you just got into and you're trading. It sounds like you want to hold it. Strong buy from the quant. Valuation, bit stretched, they're not making money. But we can go and look at their financials. They're making $1.3 billion. That's a lot. They're just spending $1.7 billion. I don't know what they're spending on, but that's what they are. I don't know enough about the company. It's ranked number 1 out of 10 in healthcare. Oscar was one that I actually, that my current company that I bought. Let's see what Wall Street says. There's 4 analysts that cover it. They say it's 467. So you're trading right there. I mean, you're trading right where Wall Street has it. So, Brian, it's not in my realm of loves, but the quant loves it. The long-term chart looks like you're going, again, if you hold on to that $3, then I think you continue to move higher. Is it, would I be holding this one? I just don't like healthcare. I mean, I'm just not a healthcare guy. And, Oscar Healthcare, you can look at Oscar. This one was a crazy, crazy move last year. 1 year, it's up 46%. 5 years, this one's down quite a bit. I mean, Oscar Healthcare was one that just moved last year for some reason. It's $19 price target. That's an 18% upside. But am I getting into this one? I don't know. I mean, year to date, Oscar Healthcare is up 21%. Healthcare's doing really well this year. The 2 sectors that were beaten down last year were healthcare and I think financials did well last year. Not financial, but energy. Energy, I think, is popping up. So there's your look at Clover. Am I telling you that you're crazy? No, I don't like SPACs, but it's not in my realm. And sometimes you do get lucky in this sense. And it might have just been a beaten down stock, but they're still not making money. Let's see if Oscar is actually making money. $8 billion. They're spending $6 billion. Yeah. So you look at the valuation. Forward PE is 179. Still expensive. So it's still super expensive. But, again, if they have the growth, the growth is what you want to see. And it's 51% revenue year over year growth. So it's a good one. Okay. The rest of this is going to be over on Substack. So if you're not subscribed to Substack, go subscribe. I do try and give the paid members a little bit more. I gave you plenty here. So go over there and look. Okay. Take care. See you Monday. Bye. Okay. Morning, Eli. MSTU. Is MSTU? Yeah, this is MSTU. I think is the one that the Wolf guys promote. This is the Wolf guys. 4-hour algorithm got you in at 1081. I am going to go over to Substack, and I'm going to go live on Substack for the paid members. If you're a paid member, just go over there. I'll record it so you can listen to it live. I can't share my screen on Substack. They still don't let me share my screen. But I'll have the video up for you on Substack. Oofa. So, okay. Boom clash. You like watching live on Substack? Yeah, you can run. Yeah, they have the iPad app. It's good. That was a good one. I'm gonna do that with I'm gonna do that stock battle with paid subscribers, Eli. I like the stock battle challenge. Boom Clash, you come on here with these crazy ones. I remember you. I went over this one earlier. It's a balloon that you swallow as a pill. This was up 320%. So if you look at the 5-minute chart, it ain't up, you're going down. See, ALUR, boom. I figured you'd want in. I'll invite you, Eli. ALUR is one that it's going down. I mean, I wouldn't be buying into this one. I would have been buying in this morning. And in fact, I was sitting in bed debating. I just didn't have the cash. That's why I said. Hell no, Brandon. Come on. I'm 54 years old. There's no way I can eat fish sticks. I'm not 5. Although I will tell you, I love fish sticks. I mean, but can I eat them at 54? No. I'll die. I'll die. Fibonacci. Eli, I'll invite you on with Nader one time. You know what? Let's do a Fibonacci lesson on workspaces, Eli. Workspaces. I have a test one. I have one workspace, just so you know, that is just for go, no go. I'm not a game fish. Yeah. Hold on. Let's do it. I love South Park. I remember that one. Let's see. Let's look at my accounts. So my Fidelity account, big account. I am up 0.35% and the NASDAQ is up 0.16. I have not beaten that daily NASDAQ I've been underperforming because of Apple, but I think Apple is actually outperforming today. Let me look real quick. Apple's up 0.51. So yeah, that's why I'm up 0.36. That account is not at an all-time high, but one account that is at an all-time high is Webull at $12,086, $12,090. And that is, here, I'll show you my entire Webull portfolio. It is Apple, it is Google, it is iBit, it's NVIDIA, it's MSTX, Spotify, and Tesla. So it's all, I mean, the large majority is iBit, MSTX, NVIDIA, and that's, yeah. Spotify and Apple are about the same position size. Tesla's the smallest at $500. So, yeah. I got to go record this now because usually I want to be done by 10. Yeah. Yeah, Eli, I love the clean look. I mean, just, we can go look at Disney. I mean, just look at how nice, you draw that weekly trend line. We filled that gap. I mean, even with a bunch of just places where I drew on here with the 121, and it just looks clean to me. I did just change from bars to candles because, every now and then I just like to change it up. And candles give you more information than just bars. They just do. I love, by the way, I don't think you can look at it, but in the strategy tester, because it won't work in the strategy tester, I don't think, unless they change things. Yeah. So raindrop candles are awesome. Raindrop candles, and it has the blue doji, which usually indicates a reversal. Look at this blue doji over here, August 6th on Disney. It alerted you. There's shit going down. There's shit going down. And look at this blue doji right here, September 9th, which said, hey, we're on the underside. You could be going down. But once you got confirmation, you knew that was just, it's not a down signal, it's an up signal. And you just had this blue doji right here, January 16th. And this is on the 4 hour. And I love raindrop candles, but you can't look at them in the strategy tester. It doesn't give you the entries. Like, see that blue doji candle, right? It's January 20. That's where you got an entry in the algorithm. That'd be a good idea. Send that to Trendspider. Dan's always looking for crap like that to put in there. He did say last night, let me see. And then I'm going to go. Oh, Twitter. I want this one. He did say they are getting options flow. I mean, he's a programmer. This is Dan, the CEO of Trendspider. He's on Twitter constantly. I mean, just better Forex data. Don't quote me on this, but if all goes to plan. Data source, much like crypto from dozens of FX exchanges. Real time, Trendspider is getting real time options data soon, like full chain. So you're getting, Brandon, you'll love this. Full-time data options, full-time options, the full stack. Yeah, here, I'll send you his Twitter. He's awesome. Very open and very kind of, chats with customers the whole time. I've never been to his link tree. Let me see. I want to pick my book a session. Book a session? Wow, he charges $300. And I get it for free. Signal Stack. Yeah, he's got his own capital fund. I sometimes post here. Threads, I sometimes post there. I never post there. I also never post here. LinkedIn, I never ever post here. He's good. I like him. He is a serial entrepreneur. He's got several. I mean, just get ready, Eli. I mean, he's that used to be just a puff of smoke with him with a puff of smoke. Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of crap. This is why I'm a customer of Trendspider. I mean, Justin just helped an old man set up some alerts at 11:30 at night. I couldn't be more impressed. I thought it was going to get voicemail. Instead, I got a live person that knew exactly what he was doing and was extremely helpful. I couldn't be happier. I mean, that's exactly why you get Trendspider. And again, if you're going to get Trendspider, I'd urge you the advanced, because what does the advanced come with? Priority email, chat, and phone support. The enhanced comes with both that as well, but this comes with unlimited one-on-one training. So I have not tried the AI indicator tool. I have not. Honestly, I haven't had time to play. And shit, I got to go and go do this podcast. Eli, hop on Substack. I'm going to get on Substack. I'm going to turn this down. I'll hop on Substack. You guys have a great weekend. I will talk to you guys later, but Substack's easier for us to chat too. Okay. I'll see you guys.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer. and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter,
Let us help you grow.
taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
Okay.
Tune in daily, don't miss
I'm gonna stop streaming on YouTube. I leave it on. The reason I leave YouTube on is because there's still 26 fuckers who are in there watching. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.